there are a lot of people out there that have a lot of great ideas. They can add to the conversation, but so many of them across the industry choose not to, and they feel nervous to do so. Do you have any recommendations or sort of encouraging words for those people that maybe want to do a little bit more of that posting, get a little bit more
Hmm.
vocal and get out there from a networking perspective, but maybe
Hmm.
they feel like, I don't know if I should, or I don't have enough to contribute?
Well, it's an interesting question, and I'm going to give you kind of like a pro and a con with it. I think for myself, Chris, when I think about when I started posting, I will say I remember posting about the markets through that daily Drach blog I had when I was in graduate school, and one of my friends made a comment. They're like, "Oh, you kind of sometimes like seem like you kind of know it all about the markets." And at the time, I'd only been in real estate 4 years. I was just coming out of grad school, and his comment was sort of tongue in cheek, but it kind of resonated with me a little bit. And I said, "Hey, you know what? Maybe I am a little young. Let me get some experience." Now with me posting, I look at it as, I have a lot of experience in real estate that I can share. I've done a lot of things. I've raised capital. I've participated in projects. So I have a good track record. I also teach. So I think I've seen what I've taught with that. And so a lot of the lessons and things I post on LinkedIn, I will say, hey, my students know I say this. And so I would say that, to Sean's point, I would say I think there's a healthy balance where you want to make sure that if you're going to be posting things and you want to be authentic, you do need some credibility too, right? And I do see some people who will post things on LinkedIn where I'll see the post and I'll go, how many years have you been in real estate? Like, and you're making those posts, and wow, like, maybe like, you want to sort of, get a little bit more experience. And so, it's tough because I don't want to say to somebody, you shouldn't go out there, and because I'm also the type of person where it's like, hey, if you want to do something, go do it. Don't let anybody in your way. I would only tell you, I think, where I've been probably able to leverage LinkedIn, if my goal was to gain followers, which it's not, but it's happened. But I think I've been able to do it more so because there's credibility behind who I am. And
Hmm.
so there's a healthy balance there, right? Sean, who I know, he's a successful industrial broker in Orange County and the Inland Empire, been doing this a while. So if he posts something and I follow him, I mean, I'm going to trust that he knows what he's talking about. He talks a lot about cold calling and all of that, and how he's marketed himself as a broker. And I'm going, well, he's been doing this. I don't know how long Sean's done it for, 20 years, 15 years, whatever it is. I would tell anybody, oh, you should listen to him. He knows what he's talking about. And
Yeah,
so I don't know if that makes sense, Chris. So
it
I think
does.
that if you think about, leaning into something, maybe it's you do things where you post interviews of people, or you're doing things where you're posting what other people said rather than trying to take on this sort of thought leadership. And I think there's a healthy balance there.